We are back. How's everybody doing? Took a break, had to eat. Welcome back to the Den. I am your host, Emmanuel Manny Stevens. I had a little bit of technical difficulties. Let me actually turn the light on. It's a little bit dark. Be right back. And we're back online. I figure I'll be authentic. Because it's all about the message, right? And the message you're being engaging. Anyway, so this next podcast, this is, I think, many people will like this. This is something that my brother-in-law, sister, and I came up with, it was that long, 6 years ago. Just drinking and celebrating. I'm retired from the military, and their grandparents and everything. And we were at their backyard, and we were just talking about, what we're going to do. I was still working as a civilian for the federal government, and they had a few more years before they were retiring as well. And we were just deciding what we're going to plan, right? What we're going to do. And my brother-in-law and I have been cigar smokers, 30 years apiece, combined 60 years. And, we got the different liquors and cigars. He'd get me some stuff he's had and stuff I've never had a chance to try, and vice versa, from my deployments and everything like that. And we just decided to talk about that. But it was just, we were drinking. I didn't think it would be something serious till more like a few years ago. And like I said before, I procrastinated because everything I see on social media was just a collage of craziness, or, either comedy or drama, And I know there's people, again, doing not so dramatic things. But I just never really, again, saw myself on social media. Just never thought about it. And I have my podcast equipment. I have a bunch of ring lights and everything. And I just never decided. And I've had so many people say I'm an engaging, orator. But like I said before, I can speak in front of a bunch of people, but I feel like I'm selling myself. That's what it feels like. So I just procrastinated. And I just figured, man, you just do it. It's you will get better over time, and you're just engaging people. I'm not an actor, so I think that's what I got caught up in. People doing skits, or, like I said, people doing drama, which is, of course, real, and it just really, I guess I just got inside of my own head. So it started with BBB, Burn Like a Boss, and we just kind of been messing around with it, and eventually we came up with Triple B, to build, brew, build, and burn. And I will get more into that, but this is just getting people engaged and talking about what this podcast is going to entail. I talked a little bit about it when I was doing the launch of the podcast shows, what I'll be doing. But I'm going to delve deeper right now to talk more about it. I have traveled. Of course, I'm retired military, and I'm a big outdoor adventure person. So for me, I stated before that I grew up watching the tough guys, Arnold, Charles Bronson, Clint Eastwood, Of course, when in the Untouchables, when Robert De Niro played the tough guy Al Capone, so I grew up just cigars having the air of huge machismo. So being in the military, and of course, add in Independence Day, which I was in the military during that time, that resonated with me because he played a Marine. I was a corpsman with the Marines. So, yes, I would always have my Marines. It got to the point, like my last deployment, I had Marine officers like, hey, where's the Pedro Stevens? I heard you're the cigar guy. What cigar should I get? And I was kind of like hitting people up for cigars. Kind of like, as a concierge, here's my tip, couple of cigars, sir. Or first sergeant, for gunny, for chief. So fast forward to now, and like I said, it's going to be, for me, the cigar lifestyle encompasses a lot of things. What I see now, everything's cigars, everybody's in these swanky things, and there's so many cigar accessories, and I'm just like, yeah, and I got into it a little bit myself. But for me, I look at it as do it anywhere to celebrate a small victory. You don't need to be in some swanky thing. From doing your yard and you had a good day, a good week at work, nobody got on your nerves, did a project in the back of the house, whatever, just hey. Or just, if you want to sit in your hammock and light one. Coupled with that, I'll be adding, talking about different liquors, and the difference between that is, within my travels, especially being stationed mostly here in the South, is that there are a lot of liquors made in a state that they don't sell out of state, which are really good, and like from inexpensive to cheap, that I would put against the name brand versions of rums and liquors and whiskeys and scotches and stuff like that, gins. So I'll be talking about that, along with just talking about travel. And when I travel, I will just go to random cigar places. I try to go to cigar places where the locals go, not just, oh, what's the swankiest place? Sometimes the best place, for me, I'd rather go someplace where it's just a couple of guys, or some women, and it's just a great atmosphere, or in the urban term, vibes, and just have a good time. I don't always need this high-end leather chairs everywhere and these massive appointments. I don't need that. I'm a simple guy. When I'm here in the den, there's going to be times I'm going to have a stick. I might be here in the den, or I might be in the cove, which would be my deck, and talk about those. I talk about food, restaurants, it will be a cigar lifestyle travel. At the same time, I encourage anybody, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. There's a place that you want to talk about, and you want to tell me about it, I don't mind sharing it, and I'll do the shout out, hey, so-and-so, just to share the cigar networking community and share what the cigar lifestyle means to you. For me, like I said, it's about being outdoors and stuff like that, and vacation, but everything for me always, I would rather have a cigar sitting out the woods on a boat. And I don't mean a big swanky boat, like small fishing boat, fishing and hanging out, or camping, or shooting, than needing some fancy place. Obviously, I will be going to some vacation destinations to talk about those too. But the thing is, I will try to do my best to talk about as much about the cigar lifestyle. For me, like I said, I'm always going to go towards a more rugged thing. But I will always read comments. Like I said, if there's some place that you'd like me to check out when I go on my travels and everything like that, let me know. I'd have no problem to check that place out. I will be putting out content because I've done that. I've already went to a few places, in Georgia as well as Tennessee, and I will put that content and talk about them. And I think I did a couple of restaurants. So I will put some archival content because I was doing stuff, but I am in my social media journey, and I will stop being apprehensive, because I'm a Gen Xer, and I was a Gen Xer that was never like, I'm not gonna mess with technology. But now I'm here, and I am willing to engage, and I will know I'll make mistakes in the beginning, and I will know I will get comments on, you need to do this, that, the other, and the third. But that's okay. I appreciate that. So my sister makes these awesome t-shirts. I'll be pushing merch. I'm wearing one of her shirts today. I will definitely plan on broadcasting in the next couple of days over this weekend, and I will have on the Triple B shirt and show her awesome merch, as well as talk about a cigar. And I will be talking about not just cigars, but beers and wines. And if there's something that you want me to talk about, I'll check it out. I live in Alabama, so I am a diver. So I will be going to places to dive. So if I'm in Mississippi area or Georgia, of course, or in Florida, just let me know, and I'll check out a beer. I'll buy a local wine, and I will talk about it, of course, and give people that shout out. And that's pretty much it for now. Just like I said, like and subscribe, guys. And this is just the beginning. I didn't want to sit here and spend too much time. I just want to get everybody prepared and listen to, me share my my love for cigars, and like I said, for me, the cigar lifestyle. So, what was that in one of the cigar groups I added? Was PSST, put some smoke in the air. Didn't know what that meant. So it's funny, but that was civilian lingo and everything. So again, everybody, look forward to speaking with you more and engaging with you, and put some smoke in the air. See you on the other side. Cheers.